While many civil rights leaders stood at podiums or lead marches, Ella Baker worked behind the scenes building movements, mentoring young activists and creating structures that empowered everyday people to take charge of their own destinies. She believed in something revolutionary for her time and still radical today. Strong people don't need strong leaders. So who was Ella Baker? Born in 1903 in Norfolk, Virginia, and raised in North Carolina, Ella Jo Baker was a brilliant strategist, a tireless organizer, and a lifelong advocate for racial and economic justice. Over her 6-decade career, she worked with nearly every major civil rights organization, the NAACP, the SCLC, and SNCC, but Baker was never one to chase headlines. She focused on building leadership from the ground up. So what did she do? First NAACP organizer in the 1940s and 50s, as a field secretary and later director of branches, Baker crisscrossed the country organizing local chapters, encouraging black communities to register to vote and training others to lead. She helped establish the SCLC in 1957 alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But even as co-founder and a member of its executive committee, she challenged the top-down structure and the male-dominated leadership. She pushed instead for participatory democracy and community empowerment. In 1960, when students began staging sit-ins across the South, Baker invited them to a meeting at Shaw University, her alma mater. That gathering, which included representatives from 13 different student groups, led to the formation of SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. Baker became known affectionately as the godmother of SNCC. She encouraged the students to stay independent from older and more hierarchical groups, and her mentorship helped shape SNCC's flat, grassroots model of organizing. So what did she believe? Ella Baker believed that real change starts locally, in churches, in communities, in kitchen table meetings. She believed that strong people don't need strong leaders. Her principles included decentralized leadership, collective decision-making, empowering the marginalized to lead their own struggles, and listening more than speaking. She rejected the charismatic leader model, arguing that movements are sustained not by individual icons, but by ordinary people taking collective action. Why Ella Baker still matters. She built networks, not empires. She trained leaders, not followers. She made space for young people, women, and working-class voices. Her philosophy deeply influenced not just the civil rights movement, but also modern movements like Black Lives Matter, which embrace horizontal leadership and community-based action. Final thought, Ella Baker rarely stood in the spotlight, but without her, the spotlight might never have been turned on. She taught us that movements don't need heroes, they need people, strong, ordinary people working together to demand justice. Give light and people will find the way. Ella Baker.